Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Let me, first of all, before I start, put your mind at rest, because a lot of people have been saying you continually reference Gareth A. Davies, the Gad, the great man. Yeah, it's absolutely true. I do, and people have said, look, you're getting obsessed, mate. Chill out. It's a valid point, and of course, I shouldn't bully Gareth at all because he is, he's doing his thing and everything. So what I want to make clear is that during this video, at no point will there be any references to Gareth A. Davies. Okay, you can put your mind at rest there, and I do apologise if I've upset you with my twisted sense of humour. So anyway, on with the video. We need to talk about Adam Azim versus Dalton Smith, because a lot of people, people have already said things that were on my mind. I'll go through them one by one. First of all, Eddie Hearn is constantly trying to badger boxer Azim's team into fighting Dalton Smith by sort of trying to get under their skin, trying to sort of rattle their egos, trying to tempt them into the fight. They ridicule them into the fight, which, I sort of understand why he's doing that, because he's a promoter and he wants his guy to go for the EBU belt. And there's been a lot of talk, and some of it has been hinted at by Ben Shalom, who's Azim's promoter. He's not ready. Now, look, okay, he's not ready. But here's the bottom line. The bottom line is that Adam Azim is the EBU champion, all right? Last year, he won the belt off Frank Petitjean of France. He defended it in February of this year against Enoch Paulson, who I think was a former EBU champ himself. He's won the belt and he's making defences. And if you hold a belt, you are given mandatories. It's kind of like when Joshua won the IBF belt early on in his career. He couldn't then say, well, I've got the belt, but I'm not really ready, so I can only fight certain fighters. No, mate, you own the IBF belt, so you have to fight your mandatories. Otherwise, give the belt up. So from that point of view, I'm absolutely with Eddie Hearn, on the money with Eddie Hearn there. I think he's absolutely correct. However, moving on to the other side of, or the other, prong to this particular fork, I don't understand why people are saying Adam Azim is not ready for Dalton Smith. I think he is capable of beating Dalton Smith. Now, I would make Smith a favourite in that fight. I'm not going to do a prediction now, like I'm in a breakdown. But I definitely think he would be favourite in the fight. But that's not to say Azim can't beat him. Azim is only 22, okay? He's a young man. He's, we're talking light welters or super lightweights if you prefer. And I think that, 5'10", he's got the range, he's got some power, he's got some skills. He hasn't faced any real killers. He did defeat a guy called Santos Reyes at Wembley Arena. That was back last year, about a year ago, year and a bit ago. Start of 2023, I want to say, but I might have that wrong. And he's looked the part, against lower level guys. Like the way he destroyed Ryland Charlton in 2 rounds was very impressive, although Charlton stylistically was made for him. But clearly the guy's got some power at a certain level. But the fact is, you jumped up to EBU level. And you've looked okay. You've looked pretty good at EBU level. I mean, the Paulson fight was abruptly ended because Paulson re-dislocated his shoulder and couldn't continue. So you had a little bit of luck there. But I think Adam Azim is a good fighter. Now, people are saying, he's Dalton Smith is more advanced. He's further along in his career. Yes, he is. He is, no doubt. He's older. He's probably coming into his prime now. He's really looked good lately. Very impressive. The way he's gone about his work is very impressive. But again, I get back to the fact that Azim holds that EBU belt. And let's say they did fight and Dalton Smith beat Adam Azim. If Azim, as long as he wasn't blown away in a round or two, which I don't think he would be, let's say he got stopped in 8, 9, 10 rounds, or he lost on points, he'd probably be a better fighter. At 22 years of age, he's got all the time in the world. And I'm someone, as I've said many, many times on this channel, that I don't care about losses. It's all a learning curve. And if he lost to Dalton Smith, but give him a really good fight, and it was competitive and so on and so forth, he can gain some sort of gravitas in his own mind about that. I don't hold with the idea that you've got to protect this unbeaten record. I think it's absolute nonsense. And he's unbeaten in 11, Azim. He's got 8 KOs. Is it 15 fights that Dalton Smith has got? Looks to have power, looks to have a good ring IQ, good technique. So I don't quite understand fully, perhaps I understand it, but I don't necessarily agree with it, why people around Azim are thinking we need to protect him. No, you need to protect his unbeaten record, is what you're saying. Because actually, if he fought Dalton Smith, he'd learn things. And as the EBU champ, he is obliged to fight him because Dalton Smith is the mandatory contender. So this kind of bugs me, this whole sort of narrative that's going on here. And I hope that it gets sorted. I would like to see them fight. I really would. And yes, if put a gun to my head, it might be a little bit early for Azim because he's fighting a guy who's fought at a higher level. But you went in there and you took that belt. You've got the belt. Either give it up or fight your Mandos. You know what I mean? So those are my thoughts. Leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button, and I'll leave you with one thought, and that thought is, of course, Gareth A. Davies.